Hello, friends. A very good morning to all of you. Basically, ये जो लॉकडाउन का जो पीरियड है, it's very like सबके लिए it has become a lot of problem, and it has created a lot of the confusion in the minds of people, thinking that what next it has to be done or what next can be done, because nobody is sure of like how the life is going to take a turn when the things have become so pandemic in nature, and you just can't believe that it's a small virus, but still it is taking a lot of people's like the minds, and it is occupied with a lot of tensions in the minds of people, thinking that what next can be done. Like, it could be the life also, it could be the personal life, or it could be the professional life. Well, friends, I'm Vijalakshmi, and I have completed my MSc, and I have taught as a lecturer in some of the business management schools. So today, after a long gap of lockdown, I'm here to present few tips for the people who are already in the field of life sciences, as I have completed my MSc in life sciences. So people are very much worried about the career and the scope aspects about the life science students. Many think that what next can be done after taking up life sciences or MSc as the post graduation subject in terms of their career life. Okay, and many students have the mentality and the thought that, like, if we do our MSc or biotechnology or any related life sciences field, there could be the only option of teaching. But this cannot be true for all the people or all the students who have taken life sciences as their priority subjects, right? So today in this particular video, I'm just going to tell you what are the possibilities and what are the possible ways you can take up after taking up life sciences as one of your postgraduate subjects. So let's go ahead with this topic and with this few tips which I would like to share with you in this video, right? See, friends, after successfully completing your MSc in life sciences or biotechnology or any other subject related to plants or zoology or anything microbiology, the next point comes is the most of the students, what they do is they directly go for the teaching line. That's the best and that's the safest, and be it a boy or a girl, but it is something like you have the continuous process of your the personality development, and there is a continuous process of sharing the knowledge with the students, right? So first, and the the basic profession which people do is they go for teaching zone, right? Absolutely, that's the fun oriented, interacting with kids, you are sharing the knowledge, sharing the knowledge, right? But if you want to become a successful teacher, first thing, the knowledge content is very important. Point number two is, if you want to go for the teaching subject, then having certain degrees are very important and they play a very pivotal role in your career. Let's say, for example, if you want to become a teacher, you should have a good postgraduate plus a B.Ed degree. Apart from B.Ed, if you can take, you can go for the primary school or PUC kind of lecturing. Let's say, for example, if you want to just move further, you can take up the PhD in life sciences or botany or any related subjects. So PhD is again one of the doctorate degree, which is not a joke for anybody to afford. So even that also you can just have a option in your mind if you want to go for the pure teaching lines. At the same time, you can clear some exams like the CSIR net exam or JRF. And JRF is basically for giving you or availing the monetary benefits for the people who want to have the research, a high budget research. At the same time, you can go for your UGC net exam. Remember, friends, net exam you can afford to clear for taking up career as a lecturer only for your professional the teaching area. But if you clear the JRF, the advantage is that you can get the benefits of your financial and monetary aspects. So that is the difference. But for net exam, there is no eligibility of age criteria, but for JRF, there is certain cutoff and there is some relaxation in terms of age. So let's move to the next option. Second one is called as the research. The first is teaching, second is research. Some students think that, like, after MSc, I just want to focus my life only in performing and conducting the researches. Absolutely, that is also one of the best way out for the postgraduate students that taking your after PhD and masters and everything is over, still you're not comfortable with teaching, then you can just go for doing your own like research work. And we have many labs, well established CSIR recognized labs. We have private labs, we have private institutions, so many things are just going on. It is all because of the wellness of you people. So you can just go for your performing the PhD in the research area. But here, in this particular criteria, that is research, you have to be very specific in which area would you like to put your life and put your career. And that is very important. You simply cannot randomly be very casual in taking any PhD and then jumping into any research. So it has to be always in the same line. Let's say, for example, you are very much interested in understanding the nature, the composition, extraction, isolation, so many things of secondary plant metabolites. So in that case, it is important for you to understand the pharmacognosy or the pharmacology aspects of any plants or any any specimen which is given to you. So understanding the entire process which lies behind is always helpful for you to pursue the career in the related areas. So it just go hand in hand. If you want to do research, like grow your area of research in your pharma or any other line, you have to focus on only the extraction and pharmaceutical aspects of any plant material. Let us say understanding the secondary metabolites, the composition, the quantification, and many other aspects are there present in the same things. uh, Second one, I just want to say that many people or many career oriented students, what they do is when they do PhD, they directly go into the pure research area, or else they can take higher degrees for conducting highly sophisticated the research work. And it can be done only with the help of clearing one more fellowship, or one more what do you say that a stepstone in your career, which is called as a PDF, postdoctorate fellowship also. And there are many foreign universities as well as your Indian universities, private and government oriented. Depends upon your ranking caliber, and depends upon your merit, you can get a good quality of your PDF seats. So this is what exactly goes around about the option number 2. One is teaching, and then is pure research. Third one is very very important in these days, which is highly professional in nature. That is called as, you can use the same knowledge what you are having you with a little bit of addition of the new knowledge, and put that in making your business. So the third option for MSc students after their PG is going into the business. Don't take me wrong, friends, business doesn't mean like it is all give and take. But here in science students, the field is absolutely beautiful, and it also deals with the quality aspects. So what I'm talking about businesses, there are many trending businesses which are happening these days in life sciences areas. So let us say, for example, we have businesses which is oriented the composition and preparing the compost, and there are different supplying of the plant material. So these are all the different aspects which is covered in your business area. So the most important business these days which is growing all over the world, it is your fungi business, or you can say that it is a mushroom cultivation or fungi cultivation. So it is nothing but mushroom, as we all know, it is a fungus. It can grow in a moist and damp. So if you make some the environment which is very very feasible and very sustainable for the mushrooms to grow enormously and in abundance, then you can have this as one of your master blooming business, that is your mushroom cultivation. We can go ahead with talking more about the mushroom cultivation, which I don't think so in this particular period of time. It is not that much demanding as per the content of the video demands, but we can obviously have the mushroom cultivation, which is very very market gaining. And mushroom cultivation is as simple as that. If you have the everything surroundings prepared for it, just dig out 50 into 50 feet of the land. You can just dig it out, put some quality of your composition and so many things, and make a compost pit. And then you can find yourself, so there are different techniques basically. So you can just high moisture content, and you should make a humid environment, and so that the mushrooms can be cultivated and they can grow very fast. So this is what exactly the mushroom cultivation is all about. So you can think about the mushroom cultivation also. And let me tell you friends, in this time, at this particular time, the mushroom cultivation is one of the highly demanded business in the science area. Whether you believe it or not, this mushroom cultivation on an average, it can make a profit, or the total income of about $60,000 annually. So you can just think about it. So mushroom cultivation is also one of the most handy domain which you can think of as a business. Okay. And there are some other course business oriented processes which go hand. One is the fungal cultivation, second is called as the algal cultivation. So as you know that algae is one of the most important processories which is used as a food in consumption and different ailments, medications, secondary metabolite extraction, isolation, so many things are there. So you can make the best use of algal studies as well as their preservation for making it a sustainable business, right? So one of the most prominent algae, I just want to give the example, is spirulina. So spirulina is basically you can say it as a protein content. The algae is having a lot of rich protein content. So sometimes the markets, if you see, just grow through the markets, are also selling the spirulina in form of tablets or in form of some capsules. So this spirulina is very very important for any human being or any person. Especially these days, protein has become one of the most important, if you say that the food which has to be consumed by any human being, proteins are basically one of the very mass building component in a human body. So the proteins, this is a very rich source, and it is having a lot of chlorophyll content in it. So the best example is you can have a richness in your body, the hemoglobin, everything will go high. Especially for ladies, spirulina is very very good in terms of their overall health and overall their build up. So this is what about the spirulina business also. So what you can do is just make a small pit hole type kind of thing at 10 into 10 inch. Take out some mud, pour some water, mix it with some algae, that is the spirulina. Okay, and then you can make it to be there in a moist humid condition, so that after few days, if you see, there is a lot of spirulina which is growing and making a mass. So you can just take it out, dry it out, make it separate, sieve it, and just process it, and you can sell the same spirulina into the market for your business purpose, or people who need it, especially the commercial, or you have different dietitians or health institutions or hospitals or pharmaceuticals, labs and laboratory for testing and then supplying. So it is basically a supply chain management process which requires the spirulina as one of the pivotal material. The next important thing of being a life science student is about you can go for your processing the you have seen many biotechnology students, they will do this, that is called as establishment of renowned PTC, plant tissue culture laboratories. Okay, so if you know the plant tissue culture techniques, obviously it is easy for you to understand each and every factor which is involved in that, and then establishing a very good setup for your PTC. So whatever in vitro you have in your mind, or in vitro you have the studies and all, you can just carry on with this small element of your knowledge. So you can establish a very renowned and a well plant tissue culture lab with you. Okay, so and I just want to give you a small example that in Gujarat people do a lot of clonings. Okay, pure lines, in vitro studies, and experimentation on orchids and bananas, because basically it is said that they are the allied plants or the allied properties of that particular native. So you can make use of your native plants as one of the resources, and you can go for clonal propagation through the plant tissue culture techniques. So this is what about is. And further is like you can supply these pure lines to the different labs as per the requirement. Okay, because in plant tissue culture people always require the fresh and the pure lines for highly sophisticated studies. So in this way you can become the master, like the like you know the you can master in the sense you can become the mother supplier for these pure plants, wherein these people can take the access or the plants and all from your labs or your areas. Okay, so this is what exactly is about the plantage culture. At the same time you can do some businesses of your plant nurseries also, because you'll be having a good knowledge about like pathogens and pesticide pathogen controlling techniques, and what is the best chemical required or best pesticides required for killing certain pathogens. So put all together and establish a beautiful plant nursery so that people can take benefits from you from the healthy quality of the plants. If they require, you can make your access, like from business or commercial needs to different vendors, anything you can do. Okay, so this is the whole lot about your career and scope aspects of your being a biotechnologist or being any life sciences student. Okay, so I hope you find this particular video after a long gap of my lockdown as one of the at least as like some informative in your way, and you can make the best use of it. And I just wish you people all the very best. Whoever is watching my video, they can subscribe, they can like, and they can just share the channel. Okay, thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.